Welcome to Rose Knows. I'm your host, so let's get into these topics today. Okay, so let's get started with the Grammys. So we had the opener. It opened up with Rose and Bruno Mars with, let me make sure I say this correct. Apate, I can never say it right. But it was a good performance. It was good, but I felt like it could have been more dramatic and gave just a little bit more oomph. For what I know for Bruno Mars as a performer, I knew he could have done a whole lot better. In the crowd, we had Queen Latifah, we had Jamie Foxx, we had Tyler the Creator, we had Pharrell. We also had the Clips beside him. We had Reba McEntire, all-time great. This was her very first performance on the Grammys. We also had Justin Bieber. He was sitting next with his wife. We had Miley Cyrus. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of familiar faces that were in that crowd. And I think it was dope for all the support that they had. We have Sabrina Carpenter. She came out, and I'm just going to say Sabrina Carpenter always blows my mind. She came out with the performance of Man Child, airline attendant outfit. She killed them. She killed them with the outfit. The stage props were on point. They came out, and when they did that country little two-step right before the next breakdown, I thought that was so, so cute. It was her, just one woman, and a bunch of male dancers. And then she came back, she did her little singy sing, and then they came back and they bust out with the hokey pokey. I mean, it was just I thought that was so cool. It was mind blowing. It was dope. And I love everything about Sabrina Carpenter and the concepts that she brings to life that the viewer can always just sit back and you can just put the pieces together and really understand what she's bringing to the table as an artist. Next, we had Queen Latifah and Doechii. They came out to present the best rap album. And I think that that was so freaking cool. You have old school versus new school, and they came out and they brought unity, and they were just bringing what hip hop is really about: collaboration and showing honor and passing the torch. Kendrick Lamar ended up walking away with that Grammy, which I thought was dope. He actually deserved that. And yeah, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. So after that, we had the best new performances. All came out and did a little performance before the Grammy was presented. And I thought that was cool to broadcast and show each individual new artist and give maybe like a 2 minute performance and then skip to the next one and skip to the next one. So we had we had the Marias, we had Samba, we had Alex Warren, we had Lola Young, we had Olivia Dean, which my God, I love me some Olivia Dean. I love Olivia Dean. I love her. So she won. She came out and she won. And the speech that she gave was just freaking amazing. And she said, yes, I won. I'm a granddaughter of an immigrant, proud off of bravery. And that just like clinched me. And it made me like, for my ancestors, for where you come from. It's just something about Olivia Dean and that all red devil loves the pride of red. Olivia did it for me. I'm proud that she won that. Following Olivia Dean, we had Justin Bieber. He came out and he sung his infamous Yukon. That was like the summer 24's hit. But I'm noticing Justin's performance that it was just a little sad. It wasn't too much connection with the crowd. It was like a personal performance. Like this is Justin versus Justin, and nobody else is here but Justin. And I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for y'all. This is for me. And I felt with his soul and I felt his pain and I felt it and I pray for Justin and I hope everything's okay. And I just hope he's okay. But we had the best musica urbana album. And we had like Bad Bunny, Nicki Nicole, Yandel, and Bad Bunny won that. And Bad Bunny came out and he did that. And he has all black on and he has black suit on with a tie up in the back, with the lace cuts up in the back. And I said, do that, Bad Bunny. He did that. Bad Bunny won. He deserved that. Following that, we have Country Best Contemporary. Jelly Roll won that, took that. Jelly Roll came out with a dope speech. He pulled his Bible out He told you and he showed us the works of God. This is how God will work. He will turn something bad into something good and give you a platform to go and preach the word. And I like that. I love that for Jelly Bean. I am here for Jelly Roll. I love that for Jelly Roll. I am here for Jelly Roll. Following that, we have Lady Gaga performed. And she came out with a lamp shade on her head. It was dark. It was deep. It was everything I expected from Lady Gaga because you're not expecting Lady Gaga to come out here in these old eccentric colors and this old soul. We are expecting witchy, dark, deep, American Horror Story. And that's what Lady Gaga gives. Theatrics, iconic, Broadway, extravagant. That is just what we're given. Mind you, she was a art student. She was in the music classes. She come from theater, from school. So this is what we're getting from Lady Gaga. I love it. Also, I think that is very inspired by Grace Jones, which I think is her role model because she follows in that lead kind of so far as in her fashion. So I see a lot of Grace Jones inspired in Lady Gaga. And I love that. You follow again. The olds pass the baton to the youngers, and the youngers are going out and they are thriving and taking that and adding their twist to it and giving us energy. Next, we have Nicki and Tiana Taylor. They came out both looking stunning as ever, and they came out giving the pop vocal album. We had Justin Bieber swag, Man's Best Friend Sabrina Carpenter, as I always expected. Something Beautiful by Miley Spot Cyrus. We had Mayhem, Lady Gaga, and Teddy Swims. That album, Lady Gaga won that album, Mayhem. She came out, got her Grammy, and yes, clocked it, did it, won that. Following that, we had a heartwarming performance from Bruno Mars. He came out in his red, looking like it was dedicated to Valentine's Day to all the loves of his life. You know what I'm saying? He did that. He can never expect nothing else but good, seductive, sexy from Bruno Mars. Next, we followed by the song of the year Lady Gaga, Doechii, K pop Damon Hunters, Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina, and Wildflower by Billie Eilish. And Billie Eilish took that. I was totally surprised by that. I was really, really surprised. Not saying that Billie Eilish does not do top level things. But again, I'm always going with Sabrina Carpenter, expecting Sabrina Carpenter to take that. And anything that says Sabrina Carpenter, I'm expecting Sabrina Carpenter to walk off as a winner. That was my expectation. And I also know that a lot of you guys would have thought that K-pop Demon Hunters would have took that because they have become very popular. They've been climbing the charts. They have put that work in to do what they needed to do to get this Grammy. And they were my second runner up, K-pop Demons, and I know a lot of you thought that that was your first up. That was you guys' first choice. I know it was. And my God, Billie Eilish really surprised all of us. It's just as well as I was surprised. I know you guys were surprised too. But again, comes to show that Billie Eilish did not playing with y'all. She still got folks on next. She's not playing. And that we have Tyler the Creator who came out with a performance. It was the plot twist and the props were very creative. You know, his fashion was very anime-ish. It had an interlude from switching from the colors of green to red, a car accident. He jumps, goes back into performing. He's very creative, but it wasn't put all together, which I could not understand the concept of what was going on. It could have had a little bit more of direction. It was kind of like all over the place. And for Tyler the Creator, I expected so much more, but I understand that that was his plot that he was getting out, and I just couldn't understand it. Following that, Q-Tip came out, and he gave the tribute went to Pharrell for the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award for Pharrell being a philanthropist, for him being a creative director of Louis Vuitton, for all his producing, for everything that Pharrell has put in. Pharrell has put in a lot of work over these years, and it's not just in the music industry. He has done a lot of things that we may not know, we may not see, and a lot of things that we do see. So I feel like he deserved that award, no doubt. Congratulations, Pharrell. Malcolm Jamal Warner. That kind of shocked me when I seen that he was a songwriter, as well too. I've never known Malcolm Jamal Warner to even, be in anything of the music industry. That was quite an eye opener. We had Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I'm saying? They gave a dope performance to Ozzy Osbourne, and Post Malone came out starting it off. You had Black Sabbath, which was Ozzy Osbourne's group. They were rocking out, and you had Kelly in the crowd. You had Jack in the crowd. You had their mom in the crowd. It was like, yeah, show off. Ozzy did his thing in the music world, and I love that. I love that. I love those tributes and how they follow through. Following that, we had Lauryn Hill, who came out. You know what I'm saying? She straight started off with Nothing Matters at All from D'Angelo. She came back mourning in her all black, showing us mourn, showing us grieving, showing it, but yet I still stand. I stand for everything that was and everything that will be. It is what it is. And I'm just gonna sing from what God gave me. I love Lauryn Hill. She's just like a gift of joy. So we also had that came out was Lucky Day singing Brown Sugar. We had Leon Thomas singing Devil's Pie. Raphael Sadiq coming out with You're My Lady. We had Bilal with How Does It Feel. We had John Batiste. Then we had Lauryn Hill follow with a Roberta Flack song. Gave appreciation for being a black woman. That's how I felt at that moment. Like I love being a black woman. I love the representation of what a black woman is. I love what we stand for. You can just feel the essence of my ancestors coming out at that moment. And I loved it. When the black folks gather together, it's a space of joy, a space of talent, a space of freedom expression. And it becomes so joyful to the ears and pleasing to the soul. It all brought together Black History Month. It was just like the celebration of starting off. It was a moment in time for history again. Following that, Cher won Lifetime Achievement Award. And as Cher looked good as ever. Cher always remind me of one beautiful, big, tall WWE character that's just coming in to save the day. And I just love Cher. She deserved that. So when Cher stepped up after it seems like she forgot that she was supposed to present the record of the year. And it's okay, Cher. You were rushing to get off the stage. So even with that, she presented the Lifetime Award. She opened it and she read the prompter and she was like, best record of the year goes to Luther Vandross. It was actually Kendrick Lamar with Luther. The song was Luther confused it with Luther Vandross. I mean, and she should have gave Luther Vandross. If it was up to Cher, Luther Vandross would have won that Grammy for that right there. But Kendrick Lamar won that with SZA, and he even gave a speech on how he asked for this beat and how he was told that there were no curse words should go on this, and he respected it. And this turned out to be amazing, which had also won him a Grammy. Kendrick Lamar walked away with a lot tonight. He walked away with pride, him as a king, him as a entrepreneur. It was Kendrick's year 2025. And I'm just waiting to see what Kendrick has in store for 2026. And with the best album of the year, Bad Bunny walked away with the Grammy for the best album of 2025. With the Nicki and the Trevor squabble, I think that should have just been to a minimum. I don't think we are taking time to fully understand politics. We take and we pick and we choose on a person we like, and we're Democrat and they're Republican, and he's this and he's that and he's that. But to be honest, we really don't know people for who they are, and we don't know. I've heard so many great things about Trump, just as well as I've heard so many bad things that Nikki's going over to understand, and her feelings is involved in it, and she's lashing out the wrong way without a PR team. And we are not understanding her concept. We're not taking time to really sit down to understand. We're just judging from our personal views. My grandmother was a Democrat, so I'm staying a Democrat. but do we really understand politics? And are we really taking time to really understand Trump, Biden, Kamala, or whomever? Are we understanding them? And Trevor's comment to Nicki was very rude. It was disrespectful in a sense to me. He should have, the joke should have went more to when is the album going to drop versus going to take a dig at her into politics. Again, that's a woman. You're a man. Here we go again with this bullying and taking down a woman. I am a woman. I stand with women. Instead of coming at her that way, come at her at the music way. She's a music icon. She's put her work in. You take digs at her music. Don't take digs at her in other forms of ways of where she may be trying to express herself or understand. What if there is a mental illness on the board? Are you going to put that out there to the world for the world to attack her again? That joke turned into now the world is attacking her. And how does that make her feel as a woman, as a human, as a person? We have to stop to think about, is this joke taking it a little bit too far? We have Jennifer Hudson. She looked very uncomfortable when a comment was made. And then we look over to Chrissy Teigen, and Chrissy Teigen to me looked like she was edging it on. As a woman, Chrissy, where do you stand? And when Nicki now she's lashing back and she's firing, how can you blame her? How can you blame her when you started this war? Nicki could have handled things a little bit better, but I understand when your feelings are involved and you're now being the one that everybody's laughing at and making the joke about. So, on a lighter note, we have a few tours coming up pretty soon in the beginning part of 2026. So, I can't wait. We have Rosalie coming. We have Ed Sheeran coming with his tour. We have Ariana Grande. We have Cardi B. We have Bruno Mars, Demi Lovato, BTS, Doja Cat, Olivia Dean, My Chemical Romance, and we also have Zara Lawson coming in with a tour starting off the beginning of 2026. As for me, I know I am planning to be in attendance of Doja Cat and Cardi B for sure. So, with the closing thoughts of the Grammys, to me, I felt like it was dark. It was kind of scary. AI, computerish, horror, all black. The representation of what music used to be has died. We are now entering a new era, a new realm, a new creative expression. And we only have to go with the flow of the way things are changing. Nothing ever stays the same. But I'm also hoping that there also will be some light that's added in. You know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So we can only just hope for the best. So, guys, that's the final ending of the show. I have so much in store for you guys for season 2. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you next episode.
Rose knows